first off, the Giants were awarded 2 players specifically off of waivers. I should say it that way instead of they signed. They're off waivers that are picked up basically off the waivers. Their first one is Beau Brade, 23 years old, 6 foot even, 209 pounds, was a UDFA, undrafted rookie free agent from Maryland just last year. Was also a teammate, by the way, of Deonte Banks. So interesting little connection there. We also did talk about him last year. We talked about safeties in the draft. We thought he'd be like a day 3 pick, ended up going undrafted entirely. This past year, spent it with the Ravens, 11 games, just 3 tackles, but only had 11 defensive snaps, 207 snaps on special teams. So yeah, definitely a decent amount of special teams abilities there, at least shown here. Went back to his draft profile for us. This again, not too far ago. NFL draft buzz. This is what they said leading up to the NFL draft on him. They said Beau Brade stands out as a plug-and-play defender ready to make waves in the NFL. His tape reveals a safety with high football IQ, exceptional at reading offenses, and impressive ball skills. Brade's versatility is a significant asset. He's comfortable both in the box and in deep coverage, showing fluidity in transition and a knack for being in the right place at the right time. His aggressive approach and solid tackling are tailor-made for teams seeking an enforcer who can also cover ground in the secondary. However, his aggression sometimes leads to over-pursuit, and his play recognition, while generally sharp, can be fooled by well-executed play action. On the flip side, Brade's athleticism, though adequate, doesn't scream elite NFL safety, particularly in terms of top speed. This limitation might narrow his range and impact his ability to provide over-the-top support in certain defensive schemes. Furthermore, his eagerness to engage physically, while often a boom, can also occasionally result in missed tackles or penalties due to overly aggressive play. There are areas will need refinement at the next level to maximize his effectiveness and ensure he's a 3-down player in the league that always increasingly in pace and complexity. Guys, that's a very glowing review for a guy who really had 11 snaps at defense last year. Like, am I crazy? And again, we thought he'd be drafted, and in the end, didn't get drafted. The Ravens cut him. Like, he did not make their roster, guys. I cannot stress this enough. This is not an, oh my God, I can't believe we got this guy kind of move. Like, but at the same point, if you're going to pluck from a team, pluck from a good team. If you're going to pluck from a team, pluck from a good team that has a good strength. And safety is a strong point for the Ravens, guys. You know, we saw the news today. They just signed Kyle Hamilton to a, what was it, $125 million deal or something crazy?
Something
ridiculous.
Stupid, yeah.
Something ridiculous. But so, like I said, I don't want to hate on it like that. And this is a kid who hasn't really gotten a fair shot to play. He hasn't got a lot of playing time. So who knows what we're going to have in the end from him. But I'm not going to get overly excited. Like, all right? Am I like, okay, whatever, let's see what this kid has?
Yeah, this is probably a guy that's going to go right to the practice squad, and he might make
We can't go to the practice squad. We picked him off waivers. He has to be on the roster now.
You know what I'm saying?
We can drop him later. I got to see the exact time frame, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to be like one of those guys that's going to be, put him on practice, bring him back up, put him on practice. Before we have to permanently put him on the practice squad. He's going to be one of those guys that kind of rides that wave all year long.
Yeah,
I mean, but you hit the nail on the head. Like, you want to talk about like pluck from a team that their strength is their secondary, a strong a defensive team. I mean, granted, they also have a good offense, but that's because that's their quarterback. But that's besides the point. But their safety shut down. Their secondary shuts down teams.
Yeah, so, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It makes sense. Take from the take from the spot where you can. That's a strong suit.
And you know what? And if you want to connect the dots a little bit too, like,
I do. Like, I like a book. Connect the dots and drawings.
Ooh, but you talk about he's from Maryland, like he was a former teammate of Banks. Like, maybe it lights a fire under Banks's ass, and it's like not because like it's they're picking more people up around his position, kind of in that secondary spot, but it's also like, hey man, like this is the real deal. Like, I got cut, like I almost didn't make it. Like, you better start producing. because this could be you.
Yeah.
And that might make, a little
You know
more
what? I was
competition for
kind of
Banks.
wondering with the whole Banks connection is I was actually going like, okay, we got Banks, and I like when you get a player that you trust somebody's opinion on the roster. Like it's nice to go, hey, so and so, what do you think of this person? And you expect an honest answer because they're going to have to play alongside them.
Yeah.
But do I really trust Deonte Banks as a judgment of character and player ability at this point? Like I would still ask if I'm Joe Schoen. I would still ask if I'm Joe Schoen. I'm just saying, does it really hold a lot of water?
It also depends on how he reacts to him. Like, oh, like this guy's really good compared to oh, like he's really in there. He really wants to be a part of the team. Or it's he could be a good pickup.
Yeah.
So Banks had to speak very highly of him.
I mean, you would hope so.
Like,
for damn sure.
And like you said, come from Banks, who you thought was going to be a stud in the secondary, is what he is now. Do you take that word like you're going to sign the best guy?
Yeah, and that's the problem I run into. I don't know what to even think of that opinion at this point, and that's what I'm saying. I would ask it if I'm Joe Schoen, but I wouldn't go crazy on it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Schoen, he did talk about Brady. He said Brady's a player out of Maryland that we spent some time with coming out in the draft, and we liked. He played on special teams for Baltimore last year. Also, can be a depth safety for us. So he's a high character kid. He's smart, tough, dependable. Checked all those boxes, and can also participate on special teams. So he talked nicely about him. I mean, but again, it's not gonna be like, we signed this guy, he sucks. I don't know why we did this. Like, what's he supposed to say?
He's
but it's interesting.
Terrible.
But it is interesting they talked about him as a depth piece safety specifically. Like we said, they were going to sign somebody at safety. We knew that the writing was on the wall. You weren't going to go into the season with 3 safeties. Wasn't going to happen. So, yeah. So officially, we got our 4th safety now in Brade. Rico Payton is the second one, not to be confused with Rico Suave.
Oh, Rico Suave.
25 years old. Also was an undrafted rookie free agent last year. Was from Pittsburgh State. 6 foot even, 182 pounds. Played last year with the Saints. So which again means he played with the Giant. He played with Paulson Adebo last year in the Saints. 16 games, 11 tackles, 1 pass deflected, just 21 snaps on defense, and 245 snaps on special teams. I'd like to go see if we can find, same as we did with Brady here, see if we can go back to stuff, as far as draft profiles. There really wasn't a lot on him. Again, Pittsburgh State. That just tells you. So, yeah, not exactly the largest school. By the way, Pittsburgh is spelled without the H even. Like, it's not even spelled the usual Pittsburgh way. So, yeah. It's definitely a very small school, to say the least. But he did have a very strong athletic profile at his pro day. Great agility, good jump. Did run a little slow as far as 40 time at 4.57. Shane, talking about Payton, said, Rico Payton, a guy that also last year during this time, we were hoping, you hope some of these guys get cut and they end up making teams and playing. And he's a really good special teams player. And we also think he has defensive value. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Got 2 guys here, both undrafted rookie free agents last year. Both got cut this year, and both got picked up pretty quick by us. I get the Brade things. I remember him coming out of college. Like, we liked him in the scouting reports we did. Again, not as a starter. We thought he'd be a day 3 kind of pick, but we thought he had a potential to make it in this league as a backup safety. Rico Payton wasn't even on our radar at all. I would say at that point blank. Yeah, and again, we talked before about Brady, about getting guys from strong teams and strong groups. This is the complete opposite, guys. Let me be very clear on that. We picked up a player from the Saints. The Saints didn't want him, and the Giants were like, that's the guy for us.
Yeah.
On top of that, a corner which is probably one of their weakest points. Keep in mind they lost Lattimore last year to trade to the Commanders. They lost Paulson Adebo to us in free agency. So yeah, you're picking a player that got cut from a bad team at a position that are bad at.
Not just a bad team, but like a pretty bad team.
Yeah, so I'm not going to hold out much hope at all for Rico. Listen, he's a Giant. I'm going to root for him. You know the rule on that. You're playing the team. We're going to root for you. We're going to hope that you're really, really good. But we're also going to be realistic and see you probably won't be.
Yeah.
That's realistic.
Totally fair.
As far as who we had to dump, as Jay says, and no, Anthony, it's not Hyatt. I know you're wishing it was Hyatt. We're all wishing it was Hyatt. We did cut a wide receiver, though. But first, we waived rookie cornerback Korie Black, who, again, we were shocked he even made the roster. It seems that that was kind of the plan all along, was, I think, to keep him on the roster and then cut him after the day after or so. And all the rumors are that they're hoping he's going to clear waivers to put him on the practice squad. And by doing that move, by cutting him a day later, it increases the chances, because everybody's already put waiver wire positions in, and increases the chances of him getting onto a practice squad with us. Now, I'll say this, it's not doing a service to him. That's for sure. You just increase his chances of clearing waivers as opposed to getting on somebody else's active roster. But
yeah, it's a very greedy move. It's
yeah. It's also a 7th round draft pick. Let's be very frank here. We owe you no favors.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, and the other one, as you guys see in the chat here, I know you guys are already talking about it. Gunner Olszewski also cut to make room for these two players. Now, the rumor is that Giants are expected to go ahead and re-sign Gunner Olszewski. So that's the rumor. Now, does that mean they plan on cutting somebody else? Because they're going to have to cut somebody else to make the room at that point for him. So we'll find out who that is going to be, but that's the rumor. And well, listen, once he gets cut, Gunner Olszewski can go sign wherever the hell he wants. So I believe he's got the veteran status. But yeah, that's going to be a little crazy there. So I hope that's right. I like Gunner Olszewski. I thought he showed something as a wide receiver actually in preseason.
Yeah. Listen, we watched firsthand. We were there together. Yeah. He's like a T-Rex catching the ball.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm kind of curious to see if he could be part of an offense, along with the fact that he is a good returner. I think people forget how excited we were to have him as a returner 2 years ago. He got hurt last year. We didn't see him at all. But 2 years ago, remember he scored that touchdown for us? Again, Amir Smith-Marset did one as well. But, that was the first, special teams touchdown we had scored in, 30 years. So,
it felt like.
It definitely did. So, like I said, he's going to be back on there by all accounts. So both guys will be back, one on the practice squad, one eventually returning back to the active roster. So
thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip,
then you will love the full episodes too.
Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.